Hey, welcome to The Explainer. So today, we are digging into a creature that has absolutely dominated our imaginations for more than a century. The dinosaur.
We all know this scene, right? This is the dinosaur we grew up with, the terrifying lab-grown monster. It's a true icon of science fiction, you know? A creature of pure teeth and claws, the perfect symbol of science just gone way too far.
For decades, this has been the story. But I gotta ask, what if this whole familiar image is really just a creative cage? What if it's finally time to set these incredible creatures free? To really get how we got here, we've got to rewind a bit. Let's take a look at how dinosaurs first stomped their way into our stories. Because, believe it or not, they weren't always the bad guys.
It's actually a really fascinating journey. They started out as just a figure of speech for a guy like Charles Dickens. Then they evolved into full-blown villains and adventure stories. But it was really Arthur Conan Doyle who first gave us dinosaurs as living, breathing animals. Then the 90s hit, and Jurassic Park changed everything. It tapped into this huge cultural fear about genetic engineering and used dinosaurs as this ultimate warning about playing God. And in doing that, it basically locked them into the role of the sci-fi monster.
And that one expectation, right there, became this super powerful creative box. The sci-fi monster idea was so popular it almost became a cliché, and it seriously limited what dinosaurs could mean in our stories.
But, of course, creativity always finds a way, right? Some stories have tried to push back against those bars, giving us a little glimpse of what else dinosaurs could be. They basically offered a way out of the cage. And James Gurney's Dinotopia was a massive leap forward. In this world, dinosaurs aren't just animals. They're intelligent, they can talk, they're partners with humans in this whole shared society. This wasn't just about not being a monster anymore. This was about imagining a deep, real partnership.
This quote just nails that shift in perspective, doesn't it? The story acknowledges, yeah, a T-Rex is dangerous, but it reframes it. The T-Rex isn't a villain. It's a creature with its own nature that you can understand and work with, not just run from. It swaps out conflict for coexistence.
So, if science fiction kind of built the cage for them, where can they really be set free? Well, the answer might be in a completely different neighborhood of storytelling: fantasy. The fantasy genre has this unique kind of magic. It can take something from our real world, an animal, a place, and tie it to something supernatural, something bigger than itself. And when that happens, a creature stops being just an animal and becomes a powerful symbol. And here's the crucial part. In fantasy, dinosaurs stop being just monsters to fear or science experiments to run from. They can become companions you understand, partners you go on adventures with, and even symbols of loyalty, courage, and the wildness of nature. Okay, so let's see how this all plays out in a fantastic case study that imagines this very shift. We're going to look at the creative manuscript for a novel called The Dinosaur Trials. So right away, this story just completely flips the script. It takes that classic fantasy idea of a familiar, like a wizard's owl, but applies it to dinosaurs. Even carnivores, like raptors, can be these lovable, faithful partners who are deeply bonded to a person. And our guide into this world is Aeolus. Her journey is what shows us this new vision in action, and man, it puts her on a collision course with the old way of thinking. And here it is, the heart of the whole conflict. On one side, you have the Academy. It's all about control, master and beast, using food to force behavior. And on the other side, you have Aeolus. For her, it's about bonding, partnership, trust, and even play. It's a completely different philosophy. And of course, this all has to come to a head. The story brings Aeolus and her radical ideas face to face with the rigid, unforgiving system of the Academy. This is the moment of truth. So in this super high-pressure inspection, her young dinosaur, Miko, gets startled by a loud noise. It's a simple, unintentional accident, just a fearful little nip. But in the eyes of the Academy, oh no, they see it as a complete, catastrophic failure of her entire method. And you can just feel her desperation here. Aeolus is trying to defend him, not as a monster that attacked her, but as a scared kid who made a mistake. She's fighting for the bond that she knows they have. But the system is a brick wall. It doesn't see a bond. It only sees a broken rule and a dangerous animal. And just like that, her beloved dinosaur is taken away, proving just how hard it is to overcome those old, deep-seated ideas about carnivores being nothing more than a threat. So what's the big picture here? We've traced this incredible journey, from the science fiction monster all the way to a mythical fantasy companion. It's a radical reimagining.
And here's the key takeaway. Freeing dinosaurs from that monster trope does way more than just give us new plots. It lets us explore deeper questions about our relationship with nature, what companionship really means, and what it even means to be a monster. It transforms them from symbols of our fears into reflections of our own capacity for wonder.
This shift opens up a whole new creative world. It's an invitation to see these amazing creatures not just as terrifying monsters, but as the complex, awe-inspiring partners they could become.